Well, in the Christian community, right, there's two words that are often thrown around, and I think they don't ever hold much weight. I don't think the people who throw these around actually understand the weight behind these words, and that is legalism and antinomianism. And usually it comes when there seems to be a compromise in the character of a Christian. One might believe someone to be a legalist when he begins to add to God's law and seeks to earn God's favor by observing the law. Not only just observing the law, but even adding on to the law that which God hasn't commanded. And yet we also have what is known as antinomianists that would seek to do away with the law. Even where God hasn't done away with the law, they seek to set it aside. But at its very core, the issue is not whether observing the law or setting the law aside. It is actually a failure to see who God is. It is a failure to appreciate God and His wholeness. You see, the legalist thinks that God is only an angry God, or a God that requires absolute observance without any mercy, without any way of finding forgiveness with God. The antinomianist sees God as a very relaxed, maybe detached God, and yet both of them seek to earn favor. The legalist seeks to do it by observing and trying day after day to hold to a law, and the legalist or the antinomianist seeks to do away with the law to show that he has liberty in God. But again, as I said, the biggest flaw in that is they fail to see the loving kindness of God. They fail to see that God isn't like a man. He isn't like us, that He is a good and a just God. If He requires of us observance in the law, then we observe not because we feel that God is going to crush us, but rather because we love God and God loves us and we desire to please Him. And if we have liberty, we don't do so in a sense that there is nothing that binds us to God. We know that the law is good for us and we should be following it and we should desire to observe it. So again, at the very core, if you know someone or you yourself is struggling with any of these two areas, go back to the scriptures, go back to the New Testament and through the Gospels and see how God has displayed His love towards humans through Christ.